Hello, dear students. Myself, Professor Deepa Tangankar, dealing with Financial Accounting 2 for BCom second semester students of RCU. In this subject, you're going to study 5 units which are being designed by the university. The syllabus has been designed by the university, and in total, you have 5 units. So, the first unit is about consignment, your second unit is in branch accounting, third, hire purchase accounting, fourth unit is partnership, and fifth unit is cooperative society accounting. Now let's deal with the first unit. What is the syllabus in the syllabus that you have for financial accounting? So for consignment, you have in consignment you're going to study the meaning of consignment, important terms used in consignment, valuation of stock, normal loss, abnormal loss, problems which are relating to consignment in the books of consignor and consignee, cost price method and invoice price method, and theory as well as practical problems onto it. Now here, what exactly you mean by consignment? Now to give you just brief idea about it, suppose say you're selling some goods and there is a huge demand for the goods what you're selling. Now you want to sell these goods not only in the local city, but you want to sell it to some other places as well. You want to expand your business, you want to sell your goods to different places. So what do you do is you assign the work to other people, that is you sell the goods through agents. Okay, consignment, you're giving your business to other people, that is you're selling your goods by involving some agents and then trying to make profit out of it. So that is what you're going to study into consignment, that is how you're going to expand your business by assigning agents and then trying to sell the goods to different places. All right, so that is what you're going to study in consignment, that is you have meaning, terms which are different terms which are used in consignment. Then you got to study the valuation of stock valuation of stock, normal loss, and also problems onto in the books of based on cost price and invoice price method. All right, let's look into the next unit. Now the second unit is branch accounting. Now here, in case of branch accounting, you're going to study dependent branch, features of it, books of accounts, methods of accounting of dependent branch, then debtor system, stock and debtors, that is based on cost price and invoice price method, theory as well as practical problems, which is excluding independent branch. Now here if you see, you're getting 2 points here, that is dependent branch, independent branch. Now here if we see what is what exactly you're going to study in case of branch accounting. Now when you want to expand your business from one place to another, okay, when you want to have expansion being done, what do? You expand business concern by having a new branch. Okay, your head, you have two things here, that is you have the head office, then you have the branch. So that is independent. What are the features of an independent of a branch? Okay, of an independent branch, which are the books of accounts that you use there? Okay, then which are the different methods of branch accounting, that is in terms of debtors method, stock and debtors based on the invoice price and cost price and so on. So that's what you're going to study in case of branch accounting. Now the third unit is in case of hire purchase accounting. Now all of us know what is hire purchase, that is when you're going to buy some goods where you have, let's take an example of a bike. Now when you want to buy a bike and when the price is more than say a lakh of rupees, so then in that case you don't have that amount of money with you. So what do is you go for a loan which is from bank, that is in terms of hire purchase, wherein you make the down payment and the remaining balance of the bike will be paid by the bank. And once you pay the last installment, that is you got to pay the money to the bank in terms of installment. So once you pay the last installment, you will be getting the ownership will be transferred from the banker to the person who has paid the installment. So here in this hire purchase, you're going to study what are the features of hire purchase, then accounting treatment in the books of hire purchase, hire purchaser, and hire vendor with practical problems. All right. The fourth unit is in terms of partnership. Now all of us know what is partnership. That is when you are when you want to expand the business, or when you want to minimize the risk. Okay, you want to have less amount of or let's say you want to have less amount of capital investment being done. So in that case, what do you do is you have partnership being done. That is you uh, you have a joint business being done. That is there is two people who start with the business, and that is nothing but partnership, wherein two or more people come together and have a business being done. That is called as partnership. Now here in partnership, you're going to study the concept of limited liability partnership, which you have already studied in PUC 1 and 2. Okay, so concept of limited liability partnership, then meaning, objective, features, and merits in conversion of joint stock company into limited liability partnership. Like the way we have studied the first unit in financial accounting 1, that is conversion of what a single entry system. Then after that we studied conversion of single entry system into double entry system. Similarly here you're going to study conversion of joint stock company into limited liability partnership. Next unit is in fifth, that is your fifth unit is cooperative society accounting. Here you're going to only study the theory part, wherein basically cooperative society accounting is done by a group of people, where maybe around a group of 10, where people come together and start a cooperative society with the intention of having an economic growth. And they here you're going to study as to what is the introduction of cooperative society, then the need of starting a cooperative society, then how do you register a cooperative society. That's more important part, wherein you cannot you cannot commence a cooperative society unless and until it is registered. So you got to register. So how you're going to have the registration being done, then which are the types of societies, then books of accounts to be prepared, which are the different books prepared under cooperative society, that is what you're going to study. Then accounting standards applicable for cooperative society, then types of audit and provisions for Cooperative Society Act. So that's it for today's class. In the next class we'll be dealing with the first unit. Thank you.